Hi, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America Agency. You hear me okay? I just got to do the check. Good? Drop in the chat if you hear me okay. We're always testing new things. I think you can hear me. I can hear me. You can hear me. Let's do this. Someone said let's do this. Yes, thank you. All right, here we go. Let me get the thing going right. All right, beyond excited for today. Hello, everybody. Grady Polson here, the America Agency. Super excited for today's call. It is a call that I have been anticipating for some time now. This young woman started working with us. And I remember, well, one, she's got the coolest name ever, Bree Starr. Like, my name's Grady Polson, right? One is a name that is a derivative of a different name with the first letter that's different. And Polson is already hard to completely understand. Her name is Bree Starr. So if we weren't talking about someone that was destined for massive success, her parents gave her that at least, you know? But beyond excited to have her on today, she is crushing it at a level that I can't even mentally comprehend when she told me that she last month, with 3 children, as a single mother, issued over 70,000. And I had the numbers incorrect. I thought she was at 500,000 as a team. She did 770 as an agency last month. So if you're on here right now, great. But your job for the next few minutes is to get more people on this call with you. As we always like to talk about partying, a party is more fun with more people. And the link above, Join America Live, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all live concurrently right now. So beyond excited to be spending a few minutes with Bree Starr will be on here shortly, talking about what she is doing, how she manages it, how she sells so much, how she manages her team, how she gets people going. And if you're not following her Instagram, I'd highly suggest it because she is a content queen and puts out such good stuff that gets people thinking, maybe I should do this business and I can trust you because you sell so much. So let's get started. So beyond excited for today's call, Join America Live, drop it in your group chats, your WhatsApps, your Telegrams, your group me's, etc. Bree will be coming on here in just a few minutes to talk about what she's doing to crush it at such a high level. Turn it down a tiny bit for me. All right, there she is. Okay, you'll see her in the flesh here in just a moment. So, all right, Bree Starr, perfect. A couple updates. Instabrain just announced PIN signature. We are loving Transamerica. Aetna's being better, and Chubb is coming back. We got all these things, and we still have Instabrain that's done a tremendous job of trying to fill the hole that Ethos has left for us, and they do a great job of having two different terms, one with living benefits, one without. A guaranteed issue whole life, a final expense now, and an accidental. So if you need a kind of a catch-all carrier, if you're recruiting and people have contracts at other places, you can get them started with Instabrain. We love them. Great relationship with them. And they're continuing to evolve and improve their company. So reach out to your contracting manager. Make sure you have this carrier. They're a good one to have and to have in your back pocket, of course. So rolling on. Integrity, just this morning, I was chatting with some agents. We're working on making it faster. We're working on getting, F&G was having a glitch. We're constantly trying to improve this tool to one. There's another tool out there that you guys pay a subscription for on a monthly basis that we want to eliminate that expense in order to allow you to have more money for your business. And Integrity does everything that tool does and more. But right now there's an incentive, Integrity Connect, until May 1st. So you have one more month to get 10 apps submitted and issued through all of your different carriers, but utilizing the incredible tool of Integrity Connect. And boom, in May, they're going to send you a $1,000 bonus. So take advantage of that. You can learn more integrity.com/life incentives. Lead Champ Pro, my boys over at Lead Champ Pro. This tool is continuing to evolve. LCP AI is now booking 500 plus appointments per week. 500,000 text messages sent per month by all of their users, and over 6,000 appointments booked every month. It is the top CRM that I'm hearing from top producers that are using a CRM. Integrity Connect is a phenomenal tool for new agents to get going, to have a place where they can buy leads, quote them, underwriting, and single sign on into the app. Now, LCP, Lead Champ Pro, is now integrated with Integrity Connect and Integrity Connect leads. So you can buy your leads and immediately send them into LCP. So they have continued to evolve their product. But the future of this business, I see it as utilizing AI for what AI can do. And that is when a lead is interested, they're filling out a form online, they're calling a phone number, they're mailing in a card, that AI is able to immediately respond on your behalf. Now, they're not going to sell the insurance because AI doesn't have a license, but they're going to immediately respond on your behalf and try to book a call or book an appointment with said lead. And that is an incredible place to be. I know agents that have over 100, 150 appointments that are getting auto booked on a weekly basis, utilizing AI and the tools that these CRMs are coming out with. So LeadChamp's done an incredible job for us. LeadChampPro.com. Go over there, book a demo with them. You know, it is not the cheapest. It is the BMW. It is the Mercedes. It is a high quality, the Ferrari, if you will go up another notch, right? It is the Ferrari of CRMs. But unlike Ferraris, it is far more reliable. It's like the Lexus. There we go. The Lexus, which is reliable, like it's built on Toyota. And at the same standpoint, it's fantastic car, CRM. So check them out, Lead Champ Pro. Great guys over there, great team. And the guys that run it have written millions and millions of dollars of life insurance, and still to this day, both of them, Jamie and Josh, write over $40,000 to $50,000 per month utilizing their own system. So couldn't have two better guys running the company, but at the same time, knowing what we need as top producers. So moving on. Top agents, incredible. 3 weeks in, we did 22 million in 4 weeks in February. And now we're at 19 million 3 weeks into March. I'm going to run out of adverbs and adjectives, and I need to, again, have to get a thesaurus and another language to start coming up with words on how incredible you all are doing in this business. It is an incredible time to be a part of the insurance industry. Virtual sales, leads, AI, Integrity Connect, incredible tools. If we follow the news at all, it's going to tell you that the sky is falling and then the ground is opening up and we're all going to fall into the core of the earth. And, it is perceived dark, right? Companies are shutting down because of AI, and we're able to use AI. And then we come over here and we still have 300 million people, 330 million people in the United States that love their families, that have jobs or don't. Some can be agents with us. Some can get coverage and protect their family because they need a private coverage that they don't have access to, or that they are an inability to keep because they change jobs so often. That's the beauty of our world. That's the beauty of what we do here, is that we protect people and put something in place that on the worst day of that family's life, we are the only ones that come into something positive. And that's the beauty of being in insurance. It's the beauty of being in virtual sales, that we can do it more efficiently. We can do it on their time. They can be driving around. They can be at home. They can be at work at their lunch break, and we can put a policy through quickly. Simplified issued life insurance is the future of life insurance. And I'm so proud each and every day to be with this company, and so proud to see so many agents out there crushing at such a significantly high level. 3 weeks in, we already have 100 agents, over 29,000 issue paid. And our number one agent, 126,000 issue paid in 3 weeks. Guys, these numbers are not normal. These are above average people. But if you work above average and you develop an above average skill set and you develop an above average knowledge, you can return above average results. So beyond proud of what we're able to do here. If this interests you at all, reach out to the person that invited you on here. But these are real numbers. They are the numbers of people that work very, very hard. But they're real numbers. And that's what's exciting about what we do here. So great job, everybody out there. Puerto Rico. So we got Ignite, our Integrity Connect contest ends on May 1st. Puerto Rico ends on May 1st. We have many agents right now that are pushing this last month of April. Qualify for a free trip to Puerto Rico. Many years we have stacked up trips on cruises. And now we have a Puerto Rico trip that you can qualify for. Incredible event. So push, 250, over 250,000 issue paid in a 10-month period ending May 1st. Love to see you down there and enjoy and getting spoiled by our incredible company. Ignite coming up in, Jade wrote me a note. Thank you, Jade. 56 days to Ignite, which is going to be our best event of the year. And one thing I'll tell you about Ignite is this time being so fortunate and blessed to have the trust of Sean and corporate to help kind of facilitate the structure of it. Ignite this year, my goal is to create a masterclass, is to create a structured curriculum for new agents. And I know that when someone comes to an event, or you guys on this call, 50% of you are looking at this business or haven't made your first sale. 30% of you are kind of getting going, determining, are you going to continue to do this? Are you going to push through the tough? And 20% of you are already just making it happen. And I love the 20% of you. I love the 30% of you. And I'm excited for the 50% of you because you can change everything if you commit to this. So Ignite this time at this event, my goal is going from why life insurance, leads, presentation, objections, closing, referrals, then go into building and doing a structured kind of boot camp masterclass of our top people. It's going to be a little different this year. Why? Because I want those 50%. We're expecting over 3,000, nearly 4,000 people this event. So if I got 4,000 people, I'm responsible to get better. Can I take 2,000 of them and give them the tools they need to then get on the phone at 5:01 when that event ends and be able to make phone calls to leads and start to make sales and protecting those families and then starting to make money for their own? That's my goal this year. So if you're excited about it, Ignite, drop me an I. We'll throw an I, just real simple. Throw an I below if you're excited about Ignite. I'm excited because it's going to be such an impactful event where I love the stories, right? I was broke and now I'm rich and this is what I did. But I also love more so when the brand new agent, when Tom and Stephanie and Tim and Tina get to this event and they go, oh my gosh, I know exactly what to say now. That's my goal. My goal is at 5:01, people know exactly what to say. Thank you. I think it's Cece. I got one I. So Cece's my only person excited about Ignite. Thank you, Cece. And but moving on, I'm just giving some crap, but at the same time, Cece's the only one that put the I in there. So I'm gonna love on Cece. But get excited. Please get yourself registered. We're expecting to hit max capacity. It's between 3,682 is what the entire event holds. If you're not registered, we will not be able to let you in. So make sure you're registered. It is free. After this call, go get yourself registered. Don't leave the call now. We almost have Bree on, so just stick with me. But make a note, register for Ignite. Right next to, I need to participate in team calls more by putting eyes when the speaker guy is talking about some feedback. I'm like a comedian sometimes, right? Like call and response, if you understand. All right, so glad you guys are on here. Daniel registered, just passed test today. Very excited about Ignite. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for interacting, Daniel. Melissa Lang with some eyes. There we go, playing in. So, okay, have a big announcement for you, and something that came on the back of persistence. I'll say that. So there's a young man who has been in this industry for a long time. And he has built an agency. He has sold at a high level, and he went off and started his own licensing company. Okay. And so I'm like, okay, we've got all these different companies and they do a good job. They do a good job, right? I don't know if they're the best or not. I got my license 12 years ago. I haven't had to deal with getting the license now. And he goes, there's a big hole in this industry from where people get the ambition to do it, to get excited, and then they go start their coursework, and it's almost like you're sitting in a driver's ed class on a Saturday morning and you feel like garbage, right? Because you went out on Friday and you feel terrible, and you're sitting there trying to learn this information that you're excited about your new business, but at the same time, there's this roadblock of getting the license. Now, it's not a big roadblock. It's just a roadblock. It's something you've got to do. It's just part of the process. I love the fact you've got to be licensed to be in this industry because not every Yahoo can join us. They've got to pass the test. However, industry standards say like 9% of people that start complete it. 9%. And so I think within his company, it's between 25 and 30% of people that start it finish. That's significant. That seems like double. For me, just more than double of people that are starting their licensing coursework and finishing. And so for me, I'm like, all right, cool, dude. Like he's been reaching out to me for 4 years, the owner of this company. And I'm like, listen, man, what we've got's working. Long story short, if you were with us on the call last week, you saw that my sister Kaylee passed her test. And I couldn't be more excited for her, more proud of her. and more excited for what she's going to do here in the future. What happened was I gave her our standard testing information that I've given out to hundreds of agents and just kind of go get back to me when you get licensed. Most I don't hear from, some I do. And so Kaylee goes and she studies her butt off like 3 weeks, books her test. I'm always like, book your test as fast as possible. And she's like, I couldn't get it booked. So for 3 weeks, so she's at my office, she's at my house, she's going to the public library, she's hiring a nanny. Like she's focused, like studying religiously on this material, right? Utilizing our other coursework. And so I'm like, she's going to crush it. There's no problem. No one studies this hard. No one studies this hard. So she goes through and she takes her test and fails. And I'm like, what? I feel so bad for her because I know she's been putting in the work. Flashcards, practice tests, everything she needs to do. So I remember this guy, he's been hitting me up for years. I say, okay, his name's Justin. I say, here's your chance. My little sister just failed. And if you can help her pass, let's have a conversation about what your tool is. I just never gave him the time of day. And so I connect them. She passed. Next week, 89% said that the coursework, the learning program, the entire system, the live chat support, the hundreds of videos, she's like, it was night and day how much better Justin's coursework material was versus the tool we've been sharing with everybody for years. And I'm like, okay, there's something here then, because we recruit a lot of people and we give them a licensing thing and it's free. And we say, get started and get back to us when you pass your test. And if my numbers as big as my team is, or compared to yours, if 9% are passing the test, that's 91% of people that we're sending coursework to that never get a license and never get the chance to experience this incredible business. So had a good conversation with him. We came to an agreement on a price and what his service is, traditionally $200. And I got him down to $39. So inside of our current tool, it's free, right? And if you're using it and your team's crushing it and you've got better than 9% of people who you give the licensing coursework to, they're passing, then keep doing what you're doing. But when in our current tool, if you spend the $10, you get flashcards. And here he's got a whole tool that has, I'll go through it here and then we'll get to Bree, because Bree's what matters. But this came to me recently because of my sister. And I'm like, if she's struggling and she's smart and she's putting forth the effort, then how many other people are trying to become a part of this business in this industry, putting forth so much effort and then failing and getting discouraged? If we can increase that, I'm ready to do this business and I'm failing and I quit, to I'm ready to do this business and doubling or tripling the people that are getting licensed, what's your team going to do, right? What's your team going to do? So it's expert-led video lessons on every exam topic created by someone who wrote the course, sold insurance, and recruited agents firsthand. They've sold, so they understand what agents and agency owners actually need. White glove licensing support. So this is what I loved even more. They literally walk your candidates, your agents, through every step of the process. They text, there was a 754 number with optional auto text at enrollment to get people started. So like once they pass their test, they can reach out to this number and their team will help your agent find fingerprints, get everything submitted to the state. They will literally handhold them. It almost like Jade was learning about this and she's like, so wait a second. I don't have to be Googling fingerprints locations and trying to figure out what website and what tools to get the agents. Like they'll handhold them completely through the licensing process. Yes, that's what they do. So everything's at a 4th grade reading level, which I thought was wonderful, across all content for maximum clarity. Practice exams that mimic every vendor. So based on your state, PSI, Pearson VUE, Prometric, Alabama, Kentucky, no other course is this dialed in. 2,000 plus questions in each practice exam question bank and 120 questions per test. Flashcards included, not an upsell. And this is the thing that I thought was the coolest. 35 hours per week of live sessions with 5 times a week, 3 to 8 hours a day, included in the course price, not an upsell, hosted live on Zoom with an expert instructor. So if you're going through the coursework and you're struggling or your agents are struggling, you plug them in here. Our goal is to get them licensed buying leads and protecting families. And if we screw up the first part, we can't get them doing the third part. That's where this fills a huge gap for us. So 24/7 support via text and email, and they've got humans ready to help at the ready. So next slide. I mean, I kind of went through a lot of this, but we will share this out. I was blown away with the tool. I'm so proud of Kaylee for passing the test, but that was the fulcrum for me. This young man, the guy who owns this company, his name's Justin, and he's been reaching out to me for years. Now, once I had a conversation with him, he said he's helped over 20,000 people pass their licensing course. So this isn't just something random. And if you want to still use the free tool, by all means use it. And this is for $39, one-time cost. Your agent now has a little bit invested, right? You know, what is that? 6 coffees? They have $39 invested. How much more committed to the booking of the test and getting passed, et cetera, are they going to be now having a tool, something they've invested in, and it's significantly superior. So if you go to getyourinsurancelicence.com/FFL, go there. We'll send the links out and emails and stuff after this call. But I wanted to tell you guys first that if we can get our 9% of people that get started in the coursework to pass the test, up to 20, up to 30, up to 40, up to 50, what's that going to do for your business, right? Now you can recruit with confidence that you know you've got a coursework tool that's going to help get them through. And it's a whole company. It's built on the back of getting them pushed through, helping with licensing. You don't have to deal. It's almost like you got a little admin you're hiring. You don't have to do anything, but just get them to the website. So I'm excited about that because of the number of people we put through this. It puts us in such a better position to help people and have confidence knowing that they're going to be able to do it. So thank you, Justin. Thank you, Kaylee. And I hope this helps you guys here now and in the future. So, all right, let's get to the fun stuff now. So, all right. Final pitch on putting out the flyers on cars and texting your friends to come to the party. Bree's going to rip the cover off the ball. That's what she does. Bree is not only an elite producer, she's an elite recruiter and elite marketer. So if you're here now, I'm happy you're here. But what I need you to do is to grab the link, Join America Live, and drop it in your group chats, your WhatsApps, your group me's, your Discords, your Slacks, your Telegrams, and tell people Bree Starr is about to come on and teach how she made $70,000 last month selling, and I'm sure a huge chunk of money in overrides on top of that. Please join me so we can get better together, right? Use a little guilt if you got to, but get some people on here with you. This is about to go to the next level. So thank you. Shoot them out and let's get rolling. Without further ado, let's bring on Ms. Bree Starr.
Grady, what's up?
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm so happy you're on here. Let me give you now. I got to give you a proper intro because this is my favorite part. So, all right, hello everybody. Hello everybody. Grady Polson here. Welcome to the America Agency Call. I'm so excited to have Bree Starr on with us today. Had a good chance of interacting with her and meeting her for a little bit back at convention. And seeing her coming in, and Nina's been singing her praises, talking about how incredible she is, and you know she already has a team going. But we chatted for a little bit, and she told me that while she manages her 3 children as a single mom, she issued over $70,000 last month, and her team issued over $700,000 on top of that. And so Bree is someone where you go, okay, I've got excuses, but I don't have that many, right? I've got stuff, I've got things going on, but I don't have that many, right? From agents needing things, from running a home to children, right? There's all kinds of things that you go, you know what? I got this team. I'm going to write 18,000. I'm going to write 8,000. I don't need to write anymore. When you told me you wrote 70,000, Bree, my jaw hit the floor. And I'm just so proud of you, but for you to be someone who leads by example. And that's the thing that I hope all you agents take out of this call as Bree starts and we pass it over to her, is that you can make excuses or you can make money. You can't make both. And Bree has chosen a life of being a top, as our boy Edmund says, a top 1%er, and to keep rolling. So Bree, I'm so excited you're on it. Thank you for taking some time to help us all get better. But I'd love to pass it to you for a little bit, kind of give us your background story and where we're going from here.
All right. What's up, everybody? I'm Bree Starr. I'm located here in Michigan. I've been in the industry for about 4 years, and you'll see my story is
Oh,
kind of unlike a lot of people's. Ever since I was a little girl, I'm gonna go back to when I was a little girl. But ever since I was a little girl, I've had like this burning passion in me or desire just to do big things in life. And I think I owe this to my mom and dad because they always told me every day, like, you're Bree Star, you can do whatever you set your mind to. And I truly think that. And there was times in my life where I'm like, I don't know about this. But like Grady said, I am a single mom. I have three little girls that I love and adore so much. And I think in the beginning, when I first started, I became a mom at 19. So I was super young, got married super young, got divorced, and going through different times in my life. My dad passed away, didn't have life insurance. But going through these struggles in my life, at the time, I was thinking, like, why? Why am I going through this? Or, like, God, what did I do wrong? Like, why do I have to go through this? But looking back now, these struggles that you go through in life can either build you up or you can let them let you or tear you down, I should say. And I've never chose to do that. I've always chose to look at the positives and what you have going. And when I got into this industry, my dad passed away. I was a single mom. I was like, holy cow. I had a house that I couldn't afford. I flipped two houses before I moved to where I moved now, which really helped me just provide like a cushion in my bank account. So I had a nice cushion, but I was making $550 a week at my family's business. Um, so making that kind of money, I was pulling from my account all the time, cash, putting whatever I could on a credit card. I was $40,000 in credit card debt, making $550 a week. So I felt like I'm never going to be able to come out of this hole. And I was introduced into this opportunity. And I saw the opportunity for a year, like the first year that I was licensed, I should say. My brother actually brought me in. He was actually a lead when he bought a home. And he's like, yo, sis, I had some guy come to my house. They were doing in homes then. Have you heard about the life insurance industry? He said if he would have closed me, he would have made $1,200. I was like, yeah, actually, I've seen a lot of posts on it. I was like, you dive into it. Let me know how it is. And I ended up getting licensed about a month later. My first year here, I struggled so hard. I was in a terrible place mentally. I didn't believe in myself. I had zero confidence. I felt so underqualified for this. I've never been in sales in my entire life. I was breaking out in hives on the phone. Like, I was terrified. But I saw the opportunity and I saw my brother crushing it. And a major pivotal point for myself was seeing his success firsthand and just other people's around me, thinking if they can do it, I can do it. I'm Bree Starr. I can do this. Whatever I set my mind to, I can do. And I felt mentally at the time like, I'd make sales and I would go to these lock ins every now and again when I could, and I would produce like 14K in 3 days. And I'm like, okay, I know I can do this. But it was just like taking my responsibilities out of these buckets that were constantly weighing me down and being like, okay, this is what I need to do this. My back's up against the wall because my savings was drained. I was so far in credit card debt. I had to make this opportunity work because moving my kids again is not an option. And my kids are not going to look at me saying my mom's a failure. Like, there is absolutely no way in hell that's ever going to happen. So I literally went to my brother's grand office opening, and that was the pivotal point in my insurance career, if you will. I came home from that event, Sean Mike goes, they all cut the ribbons. It's freaking exciting. And I was so excited for him, but I was also thinking in my head, like, this can be me. I can do this too. And I went home and I was like, I'm tired of being sick and tired. I just have to do this thing. My back's up against the wall. There's no other option. And I think that just lit some kind of bonfire in myself to where I'm not going to put out the flame and I'm not going to give up. And my first year, was a struggle. I had that 40,000 in credit card debt. I took 3 months to where I was like,
what
this
year
is
was
all I'm
this?
doing.
For times,
Um,
for time
it,
chronological.
it was 4 years ago,
Okay.
2022. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, so no, 2000, yeah, something like that, 2022.
Perfect.
Yeah, because I got licensed in April, so exactly 4 years. But I took 3 months, 90 days. I did nothing but sell insurance. I literally told my mom I was so broke I could not afford a babysitter. I would lock myself in my room and just pray that my kids did not burn the house down, that everything was okay. I was like looking at the baby monitors in every room. And I didn't hang out with friends. I gave up the partying. I gave up going out. I did not talk to anybody if they were not in this space doing better than me. They were not, if they were not doing better than me, I did not talk to them. And I think that's super important as well. You're always wanting to reach up in this industry, never down. So I took that 90 days. And I think my first month I did like 27,000 issue paid, 30,000 issue paid, 40,000 issue paid. And I worked every freaking day. I got my Hawaii license. I sold 6 out. I would put my kids in bed and buy back 6 hours of my time. And this is all I freaking did. And it worked. I pulled myself out of debt in 3 months, this debt that I thought I would never, ever get out of. And that's when I knew I was like, this is the best opportunity out there. Where else can you do that? That would have taken, I would still be in credit card debt for probably 20 years. And once I did that, I've always been a big poster. I've always posted my entire life. Everybody's like, I know what Bree Starr is doing like at every point of every day. And I love that. And so I was posting my sales, like not really thinking anything of it. And I started to have friends reach out to me and family reach out to me. And they're like, what are you doing? You're so passionate about this. And that's when I accidentally just started building a team as well. So do you want me to dive into any more of that, Grady, or just keep going?
No, no, I love that. I want to go right from there, but you said something that you were making 550 a week working at your family's business.
Yeah.
What's your family's business?
It was an auto repair shop. My mom, once I started kicking it off in insurance, I'm like, Mom, you have to do this because I gotta stop tripping over these pennies, girl. I cannot do 550 a week.
But so they have their own bit. So did that help at all for your vision? Like to see, I mean, the money wasn't great, but them being entrepreneurs, right? Did that help you
Yes.
kind of to go, mom and dad took a risk. They can only pay me this much. Hopefully they're making some money, right? There's a lot of costs. I mean, imagine overhead and margins and all the things in automotive repair. Holy cow. But
Yeah.
that gave you some like belief. And I try to help entrepreneurs and young men, young women understand though that like the impact you make on your children is they watch what you do, right? Me getting up early and exercising and doing better and treating mom well and doing all these things, like my boys are watching, my daughters are watching. And I think about that. And like as parents, like, if you come home from work and sit on the couch with a six pack and and that's what your children see, what are they going to think that is normal and they should be doing as they age? And I picked up that little piece and I'm like, that had to have helped a little bit. Now, so
Oh, yeah. I want to dive into that because Grady, I never realized it until recently in my life that my upbringing has helped me so much just in believing in myself. My dad dropped out of school in 8th grade and I never knew it until I graduated high school because he's like, I didn't like school. I didn't ever really study, but I always got good grades. I didn't really have to try super hard. And when I graduated, my dad told me he dropped out and they said, Dave Starr, you'll never amount to nothing. He goes, I did a burnout across the entire parking lot and he became a self-made millionaire. So I did grow up seeing that entrepreneurship. And then I actually went to college. I took my daughter to college with me as a newborn and an infant just so I could graduate. And I didn't have a babysitter. My parents were out of town. I'm like, Professor, I have to bring her. I have to graduate. And I graduated, walked across stage and held her afterwards. So growing up seeing that, I truly did realize at that point that you can truly accomplish anything.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Perfect. So, okay, we're back in the future. Now we're back in the more farther in the future in the past. So
Yep.
you got going, got out of debt, and then you started posting, and then all of a sudden people go, "How do I do this?"
Yes. My first agent was one of my really good friends that I grew up with ever since I was little. Her husband was looking at getting into the car industry. She reached out to me. Johnny G, if you're on here, shout out, dude. He's a top producer. He's been with me from the very beginning.
Hey, John.
Um, yes. So he came in and then I was like, that was another pivoting point. I brought in my first person. Johnny at the time, had his wife and his kids, and I'm like, I can't let this guy fail. So then you step it up to the next notch. And like having downlines and having a team held me to a higher standard to where I had to show up every day because I'm not going to let them down. It's easy to let yourself down sometimes, but I have to show up now. So starting with Johnny, I saw his success and I'm like, holy crap. I had another best friend in the restaurant industry, pulled her out. She was also a single mom for a very long time. And she just bought a $500,000 home for her family last year. So, like, seeing these people come in that I was super close with my entire life and seeing their success, I'm like, whoa, this is way bigger than me. And when I first started, it was like for my kids and just creating like a better life for me and my kids. But now, as I've, been in the industry for a while, I've realized that this opportunity is way bigger than me. It's way bigger than my kids. It's about sharing this opportunity with people who need it because I was very underqualified, or I thought it was. Anybody can do this. You just have to follow the roadmap and you have to put in the work every single day. And I think that's why I'm so passionate about it. I'm constantly talking about it everywhere I go, posting about it. And I love bringing people in and just showing them this opportunity.
That's awesome. So you get Joey going, then you get a few more. Like where did the so catch me up to? Maybe we go to your transition, right? Where
Yes.
you let's kind of go to there. So you're with us for a while, and
Yep.
this is important for people to hear, right? Because
Yeah.
Bree is here and she has cemented her flag. But
Yep.
let's tell us a story.
Okay, so I was at FFL for a little over a year, and my hierarchy decided to kind of branch off and start their own IMO. And I was like, oh, I was really scared. I was the only person in a room of about 50 people that stood up and actually said, like, I don't know if I can do this because it's just me and I have 3 kids to provide for. Um, and I got kind of talked into it and I did it. And I don't regret it at all because I learned a lot throughout this process. But being at both places and realizing that FFL is truly the hub for life insurance, there's no better place to grow, make money, start a business, and get new agents up and running the quickest. It's here. It is literally here. This is the place. Um, for agents that need saved, I share my story every single day because moving away from FFL almost ended my entire career in this industry. I lost my faith. I lost myself again. Like, I've never been so broke and broken. Like, I was building up my bank account, I was growing my team. I decided to leave and go to this other place, and I wasn't getting overrides. My agents took 3 to 4 weeks to get a contract, where we're contracting within 24, 48 hours they have a contract in hand. And I saw the teams that were at like a million a month, and my mentor, their team's just going like this. They weren't growing. And I started noticing a lot of numbers weren't accurate. And I'm like, shit, I'm broke again. I'm not getting paid. The carriers were not instant decision. And like all of these little things in this space are so freaking important for everyone's growth. And I cannot stress that enough. And that is why I share this all the time is these agents truly need saved. They need saved. So I spent about a year and a half there and I kept addressing concerns and they were just like, "Oh, everything's going to be fine. We're working on it." And like I can only stay up with that for so long. Like I saw the vision, it was just very cloudy. I have to keep climbing, right? Life's a climb. We just keep taking one stair step at a time. And after a while, I started doing my own research and I think this is super important for everyone on this call. I've talked to every single IMO out there or IMO. I've talked to almost every single agency owner in this industry. And I also reached out to carrier reps because carrier reps work with all of us, right? No matter where you're at. And a carrier rep that's like super dear to my heart. I trust everything that this man says, and he's just amazing. But he goes, FFL is the biggest, well lubricated oil machine for life insurance. There's no better place to be. It's backed by Integrity, a $1 billion marketing company. This technology, the leaders here, the producers here, it's elite, you guys. Anywhere else, it's not like this at all. And it's so important to be surrounded by people that are actually winning at a high level and don't just talk about actually winning at a high level because they don't know. They haven't done it. People here at FFL have done it. So I took my time, about a year. I did my research really strong and steadily. I wanted to make sure that this next move was going to be the best for not only myself, but my team as well. And we're never moving again. I was like, this is it. Where do I need to go? And that's where I met Nina and Hayden, and they were in France at the time. And they took my call. And
Of course.
they have been the best mentors. Like, they are so hands-on within the business. Like, that is truly the people that I want to look up to, the people that are doing it, the people like Grady, Andrew Taylor, Sean Mike, the people that have done the damn thing. Like, we came back over, and this is super important as well. As a leader, I never lost a single agent. They all trusted that this was the best place to be because it truly is. And I'm very transparent and open about all of this. We came back over. My team was doing under 100,000 a month. We were right about 80,000 6 months ago. And in March, we did 779,000. So we've almost 10x'd in the last 6 months. And if y'all know me or follow me on social media, I freaking love Grant Cardone. I've hired him and his team as sales trainers for my team. And we're just going to keep 10x'ing this shit. So we're going to take it to 10 million after we hit a million in April.
I love it. Well, good. Well, we're better with you. And the thing about decisions is some are easy and some are hard, but successful will make them fast. But at the same time, it wasn't an easy decision either way. But
Mhm.
but perspective and 2020 vision, all these like cliche lines, you are, I mean, you are now in a place that last month issued $84 million in a month, in a short month where the entire sales force was at convention. And that company that you were at might do that in 5 years. And what we're doing
Maybe.
what we're doing in a month. And so we're better with you. And thank you for sharing that. It's hard to admit, talking about things like that. And thank you. But the perspective for everyone out there is as the carrier rep told you, the best lubricated, oiled machine in the insurance industry is true. I mean, we've worked very hard to get here, and we work very hard to make sure that this is the best decision you've ever made as an agent to be here with us. And we don't take that lightly. So thank you, Bree. So, all
Of course.
right, let's jump into some sales stuff, because
Let's do it.
you're not just fallen on 70,000 issue paid in a month on your own pen. Those are phenomenal numbers. I mean, you could mess around here and go get yourself a gold jacket this year, which is a million dollar producer. And that would be something that neither myself, Andrew, Nina, Hayden, or even probably maybe even Sean would probably tell us he did it. But you have a gold jacket would be unbelievable. So, but let's jump into sales. I'd love to kind of just preface it with, I want new agents to understand that this is work, right? You don't just wake up at 8:30, get a coffee, go down, sit at the computer from 10:30 till 12, make $5,000, go to lunch with the girls, get your nails done, hop back on the phone at 4, sell from 4:30 till 6:15, make another 5. Like, you're in it. So like, if you can kind of maybe break down your week, your lead spend, and then I'd love to jump into some scripts, like your opens, what you do to take control, any star isms you've got that you love to teach people on how to really gain control of the client.
I just have to laugh at the nail comment because these nails haven't seen the salon in months because I'm fucking working. um, and I'm not leaving this office until I'm here all the time. And I'm always working, even on the weekends. And a lot of people have been like, Bree, spend more time with your kids. Or I spend every day, like I see my kids every day. I drop them off to school, which I can see their school out of my office.
Oh, wow.
And I truly think, just for anybody, even if you don't have kids, you have to sacrifice short term for your long term goals. So I
Yes.
know that what I'm doing now is okay. Like, this is what I need to be doing in order to get to where we need to go.
Yes.
Um, so basically, we only have so many hours in the day. I'm very strategic with my hours, and I make sure that my time blocks, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Once you stop doing that, you're going to derail. So you have to know what you're doing every single day. You can't just wing this. With producing, at a high level and growing a team, I used to think it was a little bit of a challenge. But now that I've been back here at FFL, it's been very seamless and easy, because the best way for new agents to learn how to write is to lead from the front. I need to lead from the front in order for my team to grow. So just making sure that you are spending the money on leads. This is my main equation in this space. So lead flow plus workflow equals your cash flow. We have the license to literally print money. So if you're not doing money making activities during the day, what are you doing? Like, that's not working. We need to actually be doing MMAs during the day. So get your lead spend right. I spend $1,500 minimum a week on leads. And, when I first started, I didn't have that $1,500, and not a lot of people do. But you build that up over time. You keep reinvesting back into your business. So you get your leads right. My sales process is very straight lined. When I talk, I'm very direct. I'm very straight lined on the phone with my clients. I am myself. Whatever energy they're giving me, I'm matching back. If they got a country accent and I need to have fun with it for the day, I'm whipping out my country accent too. So just relating with these clients and truly helping them, putting the clients first and their families first, who are going to receive these benefits when they pass away or get sick. That is the main goal. Everything else comes after that. So get your leads right, put in 100% productivity for the day. That's 400 dials, or getting 5 presentations in, or setting 10 appointments same day appointments. We're not pushing these appointments out. They need to get this request filled today. Using that equation every single day, tracking your numbers, tracking every single dial, every single person, even if they weren't kind to you on the phone, presentations, appointments, everything. Track your numbers. At the end of the day, we're going to see what your productivity is like. Those who are not winning in this industry, they're not hitting 100% productivity every single day. The people that don't win in this industry, it's because of them, not anybody else. So lead spend, get your lead flow, your workflow right, 100% productivity every single day, and that's where your cash flow is going to come into play. As long as your lead spend's there, you should be issue paying easily $20K a month. You just got to put in the work. And we don't go to the nail salon during the day. We don't leave the office early. We treat this like a normal job. Like, everyone's like, oh, I'm getting out of the 9 to 5. I want freedom. You have to treat it as if your boss is still watching you. Your boss is now what, yourself or whoever you're doing this for, I guess. But if you can't do it at a normal 9 to 5, then you shouldn't be doing it here. Period. You have to treat this like it is a true career. You can't just come in for a couple hours and expect to write $20K a month. You put in the hours, you put in the work, you spend the money on leads, and that equals your cash flow. And then from there, it's really easy, because if you're tracking your numbers, all you need to do is increase your lead spend to multiply whatever you're trying to get to. If you're writing 20K a month, then let's double your lead spend, because you're probably going to issue pay even over 40K at that point when you double your lead spend. And over time, your skill set gets a lot better. Like I said in the beginning of the call, when I first got on the phones, I was freaking terrified, breaking out hives, like literally, like, oh, I don't know what to say. I didn't even know my own name. And now I hop on the phones and it's so fun to me. Like, I just love what I do every single day. And once you develop that skill set to sell and close at a high rate and just truly help these families, it's like riding a bike. So, before, it might have taken me 8 hours to consistently write in a day and try to get business on the books and close business. Now, you can kind of narrow that time down a little bit and also focus on other money making activities, which is scaling, growing, building a team, helping others do the same that you're doing.
Amen. That's awesome. So 400 dials, 5 prezos, or 10 same day appointments is huge. 1,500 week in lead spend, lead flow plus workflow is cash flow. Bree, you're on it. So let's go. Now, do you have a CRM that has AI booked appointments? I imagine you're still doing some outbound dialing, because a new lead that comes in that doesn't pre-book, there's still a hot new brand new lead. Like, what is it? And so please answer both those. But then I love to jump into like, what's your open? Like I always the people like, what is your first 30, 60, 90 seconds? How are you taking control of that call?
Oh yeah. My calls are very just like I'm talking to my best friend, but I use a CRM now. AI is booking appointments for me. But this is all kind of new. I never really used a CRM before November this year, or sorry, November of just this like few months
Yeah,
ago, 5 months ago, whenever that was. Before then, I was just hand dialing or using a dialer, and then I had appointment setters before. I've done it all, honestly.
sure.
But having a CRM, that's not something you necessarily need to be successful at all. But once you get to that point, heck yeah, do the CRM. It's way easier.
Yeah,
Now you're just buying back time, you know? But you want to go through like a sales? I'm working trucker leads, general life.
let's do it.
All right. Ring, ring, ring.
I'm not a great interactor because I tend to make it too I tend to get off track and make jokes, but I'm gonna keep it together for you, Bree. Okay.
Okay. And my leads are fresh. They are hot. They want to talk to me, and I freaking love it.
All
Okay.
right.
So ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Grady, this is Bree, and I specialize with American truckers. I'm just giving you a call here. I received your request for life insurance. It looks like you're looking for about 100 to 250,000 in coverage.
Sure. That seems good.
Okay, perfect. And I see your beneficiary is going to be your children.
Yep.
Awesome. Now, what was your main concern for getting this coverage in place, Grady?
I just don't have anything right now, and I know I should get some.
Okay. Yeah, I could see why this is going to be so important for you to get in place today. And I use today all the time, so they know we're closing right today. Um, so I can see why this is going to be so important for you to get this coverage in place today, Grady. A little bit about myself. My name is Bree Starr. I'm a licensed agent here in Michigan. And basically, what I am is a broker. What that means to you, Grady, is I am contracted with about 32 different life insurance carriers that offer life insurance coverage. So, today, what I'm going to do is just ask you a few medical questions. That's just to see what you qualify for. I don't want to show you options that you don't qualify for. And then from there, we're going to go through all the carriers, find the best rate in the entire state for you, and we'll see if you can get approved for that coverage. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Perfect. And I'm diving right into a financial inventory at that point.
Now, if I go, all right, how much is this going to cost?
Yep. So exactly. I do have to ask you a couple health questions again to see what you qualify for. And then from there, we'll find the best rate in the state. I'll be able to give you those quotes here in just a couple of minutes. So I see your age is 47. Go ahead with your date of birth.
12/19/80 78.
Okay, perfect. And are you a smoker, Grady, or a non-smoker?
No, no smoking.
Okay, perfect. And I see you are a truck driver. I work with about 15 to 20 of you every single day. So I do see a variety of different incomes. Approximately how much are you making each month?
8,000.
8,000. Okay, perfect. And I just want to pause there for a second because being in the industry for so long, I've seen people get very kind of like, ugh, why do I have to give you my income type thing? I say it in ways like that. So it's just like, oh, this is just what we do all the time. And I'm never asking them, I'm always telling them very politely, this is
Okay.
what we're doing. Okay. And then when I'm going through this process, what I picture is I'm driving the vehicle. I'm driving the semi truck right now. And Mr. Tom, he's just sitting next to me. So if I see any stop signs ahead of me, I picture these stop signs as his objections. I'm trying to remove all these stop signs and objections, and I'm blowing through every single one until we get to the very end because I don't want him to throw out any more stop signs. Because I don't want him to tell me I need to think about this. We'll do it tomorrow. I need to talk to my wife. No, no wife is going to be mad if they get $200,000 if something happens. Okay, let's be real here. So my process is very straight lined. I see the mission. They requested this information. It is my duty to get this coverage in place to protect him and his family. So that's my sales process, like super straight lined, super direct, no fluff. I don't really care at all before we get into an application about their life story, how many pets they have. Like, we're here to do one thing, and that's get them protection in place.
Perfect. That's money. So then we can go through. I mean, there's a lot of trainings on the rest of it. I would love. So you're going through it. Well,
Mhm.
I want to know how you close. Like, what is your what is your tie down process? Like, what are you? I always give love to Wiley Hawkins sends flowers, and people send chocolates, and people send thank you cards. Some people send nothing, and they terrify me because if you don't do anything post sale, the first thing that I would do is I'd be like, you don't know what coverage you have through what carrier? Oh my gosh, I don't even, I would do anything to make sure to pull that client to me. So what does an elite producer like you do to tie down that client at the end?
So my clients get my direct phone number all the time. They get a full break. I don't send gifts, but I need to do that now that you say that. I
He
feel
said over
bad.
$100 he sends flowers, and I was like, that's brilliant. I mean, you just get your staff to do it, or have, keep going. But yeah, what do you do? Because you're the one writing 70 grand.
Yes. So I tie down my business very well. I will say even my team's persistency, like last month on the report, is like 94.6% or something.
Let's go.
I'm tying this stuff down. Okay. They get a security code and the nice thing is too, with working exclusive leads, they're not resold too. So that does help a lot. But even when I was selling aged, which I have for 3 years straight, security code. If somebody calls you, Grady, and they don't have this security code, no, they're not affiliated with anything that has to do with this. There is a lot of scammers out there these days, so I want you to be very careful. If they don't have that security code, which I send to them in my contact card, it has it, so they can pull it up just like that. If they don't have that security code and they're hounding you on the phones, give me a call right away.
There you go.
There is a lot of scammers, so for real, like don't touch that policy. That's the best policy for you.
A lot of scammers, and there's the reality though, guys, is that when these leads are filling out at, like, let me back up. If you're going to buy a new mattress, you might go to Mattress Firm, you might go to purple.com, you might look look online. You're going to be looking at things. And generally when people are in a state of shopping, they might look around. Now, not everyone does, but sometimes they may have filled out multiple requests different places and they're getting contacted by multiple people. The beauty of us is we're a brokerage, which means we've got a ton of options to take care of our clients, which we do the absolute best job for. There's other companies out there that sell a product that they have that's got limitations and cost prohibitives, and they can only sell that product. So understand that. That's why we want to protect our business, is that it's sales, right? Someone is going to come behind and go, oh, you got coverage with Americo. You should have insurance from Bob's Insurance in Northern Omaha. That's a better company than America. Like, people say stuff. So that's why, I always ask good agents, what are you doing to tie that down to protect that client from the other agents out there that may have chasing down, trying to also make a sale, which, good to them, but we're going to do our best to make sure our clients stay our clients.
100%. And another thing is too, when they save my phone number, they see all my social medias. So I'll come up as recommended. So they're all following me on social media. They cheer me on. They're like, Bree Starr, you're freaking killing it, girl. They're commenting on my TikToks, my Facebook, my Instagram. Like, I'm a real person. I sell insurance, but they like to see my kids. They like to see what I'm doing. They like to see that I'm helping other families. And a lot of my clients, I've helped other people that they either work with. I've helped literally truck drivers go in, and when they have their owner and operators and other truck drivers as well, go in and cover every single truck driver within their organization. Like, if you're not using this to your advantage, okay, you might not have like all this money to spend on leads, but if you're not getting referrals, you should be, because
How
it's
are you,
free.
how are you getting referrals? You have a great conversation with Grady, the truck driver, cruising a Peterbilt across Alabama.
Yep.
And what are you going to say to try to get some referrals out of me?
So Grady, like I said, this is my pride and joy. I love helping you truck drivers every single day. But if you have any friends, I don't just help truck drivers. So if you have any friends, family members, coworkers that can benefit from having a coverage like this in place, when I share a Popple card, so it has all my information in it and my contact. So if you have anybody at all, um, then share this with them too. I'm more than happy to help them. But also, I get emergency contacts at the end of every call. So you should be getting at least 5 of those emergency contacts, their name, how they're related, and then their phone number. Because if you're just expecting people to like send you their friends and family, it's not very likely to happen unless they are following you on social media and constantly reminded that, hey, Bree Starr's on here selling insurance all the time. Which that's my ultimate goal. but they're not going to be thinking of that at all times of the day. So you need to actually get the phone number, the name, how they're related, and then I put them into a spreadsheet and just hit that spreadsheet like it's normal lead list.
Hey, I'm following up with you, Nick. Your buddy Grady just got insurance through me. He made you your emergency contact in case, God forbid, the worst thing happens to Grady. I wanted you to have my number so that way that if that happens, you can reach out to me and we can make sure we get that policy put in place for his wife and the kids.
Yep.
Also, do you have insurance? Like, what is that? Is that it? Did I?
Exactly. So tell them who you just helped and what it does for him. And then also, while we're at it, do you have anything in place that helps protect from these things? If you get sick, pass away, and then most people don't. Or they're like, yeah, I have coverage through work. Then I'm going through and just explaining the differences because so many people think that their coverage through work is like their ultimatum. And I'm always like, it's not something you want to bet the farm on. If you get sick, come off payroll, change jobs, it's gone.
Yeah. Amen. Bree, you're a rock star. Give us the last couple minutes on building, right? Any recruiting, a type of people you're looking for, how you're getting them started, whatever in that word that you feel, we could, why they should. I mean, that might be the simplest thing too, is like, I love to hear sharing accountability with your guy, Joey G, and like how that puts, I mean, for me, that was the same mentality, right? When I hired my first staff, it was like, I've let my wife down and my kids down for years now, right? Trying to figure out how to be an entrepreneur. But now I've got Jade, I got to make money to make sure that I can pay her and pay her on time. And that kind of levels it up. So there's all kinds of feelings, but I love, you're building an incredible agency. You're selling at a city high level. I love some, as we close this out, any final advice you've got on agency building?
I would say on agency building, just share the opportunity wherever you go. Post it on your stories. So many people are so worried about, oh, if I post too much, I'm going to lose followers or whatever the hell it is. I post 550 times on a minimum in a month. And like I hit 1 million views and I'm like, okay, now we need to increase that even more. I have so many people that literally listen to every word on my stories that are 3 minutes long. And I'm like, not even sorry about it because so many people need to know this opportunity exists. Like agents need saved that are already licensed. People that don't know about this opportunity need to know about it. They need to know who Bree Starr is and Family First Life and Peak Financial Group because I can help them change their life and I want to do that. And this, you should not be selfish with it. If somebody didn't show you this opportunity, where would you be? That's what it's all about. So share the opportunity, whether, oh, every time I go to a restaurant, I share the opportunity. I try to recruit every single server that comes my way, whoever it is. And like, who am I to judge what you're currently doing? Because I wasn't qualified, I didn't think, for this. And I've pulled my best friend out of the restaurant industry, cooks, like that are absolutely crushing it, that have changed their lives. So I give anybody who wants this opportunity the opportunity to do it, because who am I to judge if you
That's right.
can or can't do this?
That's beautiful. Bree, that
Lead
was
from
fantastic.
yeah. And I was gonna say too, lead from the front and just keep growing, keep building, take one step at a time.
779. Now on track for 1 million, 2 million, 5 million by the end of the year. How big can Peak Financial get? What's your goal by the end of the year?
So my original goal, or I should say my team's original goal, was 1 million a month by July. But I think we're gonna hit 1 million next month in April. And now that I have this opportunity in front of me and I've seen the success, like I'm reaching out to people that have like so many more followers than me, like seem so much more qualified. And I'm not afraid. I'll share this with everybody. And by the end of the year, Grady, we got to 10x it. It's got to be 10 million.
I love it.
That's the only
Why
way to
not?
do it.
I love it. Why not? Why not? Phenomenal leader, phenomenal person to follow. You got stuff going on. Great. So does Bree. She's got 3 kids and an office full of agents that she's helping get better and selling at the highest level possible inside of our company. So Bree, you're an absolute treasure, a joy to have on. I'm so excited to see what you do now here in the future. Thank you for the time and please keep crushing it so we can continue to sing your praises.
I will. Thanks, Grady.
Thanks, Bree. Have an awesome day.
You too.
All right, everybody. That's why you show up, to hear real, raw, true stories about people going through the hardest things they could go through and figuring out a way and finding an opportunity. Are we the best opportunity in the world? I don't know what else is better. I'm pretty happy with it. Bree's pretty happy with it. I got 100 agents that issued over 29,000 in 3 weeks in March that are pretty happy with it. But you got to decide for you, are you ready to work as hard as these other people? Because there's a work-life balance philosophy that everyone wants work-life balance in a positive ecosystem. And I'm all about it too. But the reality though is in the short term upfront and the beginning of anything, you got to put in a ton of effort to get that. Think about, planes taking off and rocket ships and all the things that have to put in a huge amount of effort to get going. And then once they get going, they're flying. So beyond proud of Bree, beyond proud of that whole team, and beyond proud of you that are making the decision to move forward. So thank you guys for joining me. We live next week. Thank you. Continue to join us, but we'll end it here for now. And here is your moment of Zen. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.
I've never met an entrepreneur that hasn't had a moment that almost broke them. We were a few weeks away from being completely out of money. I am talking about employees that I couldn't pay, having to shut it down, complete and utter loss. And I was so scared for that to happen. And I remember talking to my dad, what do you do when you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, you don't know who to talk to? And he calls that your head in the hands moment, when you're sitting alone on the couch in the dark with no idea what to do next. And he said, you're not in the game of success if you haven't felt like you were going to lose it all, if you haven't been completely mortified at the idea that you might not make it. If you have, then you're in the game, baby. But if you haven't, then you aren't taking big enough risks. That one little risk, I think without it, all of the companies I have today, all of the opportunity would have never been there. So that thing in front of you at this moment that you think is going to break you might actually be the thing that is going to catapult you to the next level of the game.